All right, so you're thinking about moving to Lincoln, California. Let's talk about it and get into what you can purchase at $700,000. All right guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, before we continue, please help me out. Hit that like, subscribe, and ding that notification bell because I got new videos coming out for you every single week. Also, if you're looking to buy or sell in the area, as much as we love making these videos, we would much rather help you find that dream home. So go ahead and give my team a call and we'll make sure to get you handled. And if you gotta get out of California, call us too. We're pretty good at marketing those houses. So what can we buy at $700,000 in Lincoln, California? Well, the first one we're gonna talk about is actually located in 12 Bridges, which is actually a master community in itself. Now within there's a ton of different neighborhoods, and where this property is located is actually in Sun City. So this is our 55 and older community. This is gonna probably be one of our highest price houses that we're gonna be talking about today. It's at $799. It's a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-car garage, and it's about 2,300 square foot. Now there's been some updates to it. The flooring has been updated. For the most part, the rest of it is original, but as you can see on the pictures, this is a very nice, clean property, move-in ready. Now the cool thing about Sun City is you're not only right next to a golf course, you also are just a few minutes away from some of the eateries around there. And if you really don't even want to leave the area, they actually have a whole little business center, grocery store for you, so you never actually even have to set foot out of Sun City. There is going to be an HOA since this is a master plan community for 55 and olders. It's running right around $149 at this point, which is actually one of the cheapest HOAs that you're going to find around here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a little bit of the neighborhood. I'm going to show you that school that's not too far from it, and then we'll get into the next house. All right guys, hopefully you enjoyed that property. Now we're actually gonna stay in the 12 Bridge area because the master plan is just huge. Next house that we're hitting at is actually a brand new build. This property is currently listed at $738. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and just over 2,800 square foot. So of course, as you can see, this thing is completely done. It's got all the bells and whistles that you can possibly ask for. Again, we're not too far from anything. This one is not too far away from the 65, so if you've got to do any commuting or anything like that, you can jump on the freeway pretty quick. There is a Safeway just down the street from there. Also, just up the hill a little bit is Kaiser. It's not their hospital, but it is one of their clinics. So they have the clinic in there, several different types of doctors in there, just depending on what your needs are. And there's also a pharmacy in there. So if you're in Lincoln, if you're in that 12 Bridges, especially on this property here, you're gonna be able to grab medicine, to going shopping, to just fine dining. There's a really cool Thai restaurant right around the corner as well, and a gas station. So not too far from anything, but I think one of the things that people forget about Lincoln, California is really just, as you can see, how beautiful it is. There are a ton of trails for you out here to enjoy. Because of the green spaces that we have out here, you're gonna have a ton of different areas that wildlife is actually gonna live in, so you can enjoy that with your family, friends, kids. You gotta remember also, Lincoln is kind of like the start of those foothills where you start getting some hills. So in that 12 Bridges neighborhood, you're not always gonna have flat land. Sometimes your backyard may go up, sometimes it may be flat, sometimes it actually might be on a downslope. They try for the most part to design the trails and the green belts around these hills so that everyone can enjoy a nice flat backyard in the master communities. But sometimes, like I say, you can kind of find that you're going to have to switch it up just a little bit. The other cool thing is Lincoln, California, specifically this house, is not too far from the elementary school. You're just down the street off of actually 12 Bridges Boulevard from the junior high, and then the high school is just completely something else. Now, where this one's located at, you're a little bit closer to the freeway, so what's kind of cool about that is you can actually get on the freeway, spin around, and there is one of the coolest downtown areas that you're gonna ever experience. They've got a great pizza restaurant down there. They actually just opened up where you can sit up top as well. They just really moved down the street. There are some mom and pop shops there. There's some boutiques. Red's Bistro, if you know that from some of our videos in Roseville, he just purchased in Lincoln, and they're actually taking an old breakfast diner and redoing that right now as we speak. So that's gonna be really nice. They have Slice Brewing is down there. This is a very small, family-oriented place that probably serves some of the best beer around in Lincoln. And then also, you're not too far from Turkey Creek here. So if you like golfing, that's right there. Plus, of course, you have the Sun City Golf Course as well. So a lot of different options when you're in the area. So again, I'm gonna do that video for you guys, kind of show you some of the differences. Now again, I know we're still in 12 Bridges, but this property, because of how big 12 Bridges is, this property is at the lower half of 12 Bridges, so it's not as hilly as like the first house we were at. So let's check that out. Okay guys, and we're gonna hit up that last property for you. So this property has not been updated, but again, another clean house, and they just dropped the price point to $740. Now this property is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, and it's just over 3,200 square foot. Now, what's really cool about this one is, as you can see, there's no pool in the backyard, but they are actually a part of another master plan community. So we've moved out of that 12 Bridge areas. We're right next to the 65 in this case. And over where this property is, you're actually going to have one of the largest clubhouses I've ever seen. And they just keep continuing to build onto this thing as they are building houses out there. So you're getting a lot of new houses out there, but there's also a lot of established neighborhoods like the one that we're looking at right now. And this place has two gyms. It's got a small gym, full size, anything you want gym. It's got an aquatic center inside there, movie rooms, game rooms. They have also a water pad out there, 2 pools, or actually, I'm sorry, I believe it's 3 pools, 2 outside, 1 interior pool. They are also building a baseball field in the back as we speak. And you're also not too far from, there's a Target, or like I like to call it, Target. You've got a couple different mom and pop shops right along the main way there. You've got also the high school rodeo, which we've talked about before, down the street. And then if you are into fine dining and gambling, well, you got Thunder Valley just about I'll call it 8-minute drive from this property. And what's cool about there, like I say, is they have fine dining. Their steakhouse and Chinese restaurants are some of the best. And then of course, if you like to gamble, you got the gambling right there. Still part of some of the best school districts out there. If you go to greatschools.org, I will put a link on the bottom. You can get a little bit more information there. But for the most part, no matter what, they're sitting at 8 out of 10 across the board. So let's take a look at this neighborhood. I'm gonna try to get a couple of shots of that HOA center where everybody kind of hangs out. I should call it the clubhouse. And then we'll kind of wrap this video up for you. All right guys, so that's the end of the video. Like I said, there's a lot out there for 700,000 or that 700,000 range. Now, one of the things I will say, coming out to Lincoln compared to the neighboring places like Rockland or Roseville, you can come into Lincoln and actually get a lot more house for your dollars. But with that being said, you really have to consider Melrose and also HOA stacked on top of that, depending on where you're at. The first house, of course, they've got the HOA, but then they're gonna have some Melrose there. The new house, there was no HOA, but you did have the Melrose, and the Melrose I find in Lincoln is pretty high compared to what a lot of people are expecting. The reason being is Lincoln has still got a lot of building to do. They were hot and heavy before the 2007-2008 crash. Really slowed down, but now they're back up and going again pretty good. As you can see, it's a beautiful area to live. It's a great family-oriented area. If you're looking for nightlife, not really gonna be there. There is some nightlife, some hangouts, but for the most part, this is a family atmosphere area. They really thrive on their community events out here as well. And if you're using this to do any kind of commuting, I will say you're pretty much taking 65 to get anywhere. It's not the best area to do commuting from if you're going, say, like to the Bay Area. Now, if you're going to Sacramento and commuting, you're fine. Bay Area might be a little bit harder to do. And for a lot of our clients, we've got a lot of clients that are working at the hospitals or near the hospitals or supporting the hospitals. It's actually a pretty good move because you can just jump on that 65, you can get off, and you're right there by Sutter, and or you're also by the Kaiser Center. For driving wise, depending on when you're going, it's going to be somewhere between 10 minutes to 25 minutes, so just keep that in mind. And then for shopping wise, not going to have a lot of that out here, but you're not too far again from Roseville, Galleria, and all that good stuff. Now, I will say the cool thing is, and I've mentioned this before, is the trails. You're not gonna have really, really difficult trails out here, but they're actually gonna give you a challenge because we are at the start of those foothills, right? So you get some elevation, which is kind of cool. A lot of people out here enjoy the bike rides because they can just take off and go for miles. You can take all the parks that are out here if you don't have a big backyard but you have a family, and there are tons of different types of parks. Food wise, like I say, most of that's going to be in your downtown area, which is growing. We're seeing more and more people go out there. Lincoln's doing a really good job with that, but they're moving at a little bit slower pace than what you would see in Rockland or your Roseville area, or Citrus Heights for that matter of fact. Other than that, guys, hopefully you guys got everything out of this video. Again, if you're looking to buy or sell, please reach out to me and my team. We would love to help you out. We are here for you 24/7. We'll get you on to that journey of finding your next dream home. We'll see you on the next one.